Hey, what's up guys, NGSoldier here back again with another update video. Pouring back from the dark. Anyway, I'm making a 6-month vegan update. I am a vegetarian now. I've been one since 2019. I'm either 6 or 7 months in. I became one back in June of 2019, so however long that is. Anyway, I came here for just to update y'all and tell y'all how I've been feeling. I think it's important to mention when I was a little kid, I never really liked meat. Like, I never really ate. I only ate it, like, if it was home and that was, like, the only thing to eat. Like, I never really messed with meat. I never liked chicken. I never liked chicken. Except if it was from Sharky's or Boston Market or something like that. Never really liked to eat meat. But I would eat it, but I didn't eat it that much as everybody else did. So this is the reason why I became vegan. So, I actually am vegetarian, right? So, I became vegan twice, 2 times, vegetarian 2 times in a row. Alright, let's laugh. So the first time I was in 6th grade, I was in class. I was in, still going to an alternative school, but I was in, health class. And, I was sitting next to my friends and our health teacher, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool guy. Shout out Mr. Terzic, he's really cool. And stuff he be teaching us though was kind of whack, and I don't remember a lot, but I do remember this. So we were in class, and usually me and my friends, we'll always just mess out, like we'll ball up paper and throw it at each other, like just to pass the time or write notes, or just make weird noises, because we always sat in the back of the class. We always sat in the back. So we didn't get caught a lot, but it was funny. So he was like, today we're gonna be watching about what they be doing to animals and the animals you eat, how they're processed and whatever. So this grabbed my attention as we were watching, and it showed us the brutal tactics and arts that the scientists do to the chickens, the cows, whatever the stuff that they do to them. And this got my attention. I was like, this is whack. I'm like, why did they do this? So they were showing us how brutally, how they kill the animals so brutally, like how they torture them. Like, I'm just astonished. I don't know what to say. I'm like, other than it was sometime, I think it was cold too. I don't know, cold Illinois. I don't know what the temperature was, but the temperature doesn't even matter. I don't know why I brought that up, but so after he showed us that, so we watched this whole documentary, and it took us about a week or 2 to finish the whole documentary, because it was hours upon hours long, like 4-6 hours long. I don't know. It was a very long documentary. So of course, 30-minute classes, that's gonna take up about a week or 2 to finish that whole thing. So that day, so the first 30 or so minutes of it, after class ended, I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna go vegetarian. I'm not eating that. And on top of that, it wasn't like it was hard for me neither. I was just like, there wouldn't really be a difference in my diet, as I didn't eat meat. I mean, I ate it, but again, I didn't eat as much as a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people eat meat like every single day. No homo. But everybody be eating meat so much, I didn't do that. So me going vegetarian, it wasn't hard at all. So back to in the cafeteria, my friends was like, yo, you vegan? You a vegan now? I'm like, yeah, bro. So I was vegetarian for about 3 months, a couple of months. Alright, so this is in 2017. No, it had just turned 2018. Yeah, it had just turned 2018. And it was a couple of months into 2018, and I was vegetarian all the way till I got very sick. And then I was like, something happened upon the lines where it was like, I needed something to eat, and there was nothing else to eat, and I was told, bro, you gotta eat some meat or something. And I was just like, you know what, fine, I'm just gonna eat it. And I went back to eating meat, but not that much no more. And I went back to eating it. So in 2018, it was about a year. Yeah, a year of eating meat. Yes, it was trash. Funny enough, me being a meat eater was my most low vibrational days I ever had. some of my worst days ever was when I was a meat eater. Anyway, we could talk about that later. So, anyway, what happened? So, see my dreadlocks for it. I mean, yeah, I can see it. So this happened. So a couple months ago, actually not a couple months ago, it was in June, right? So it was June, and I was mad. I was very mad, because I mean, believe it or not, I used to be very angry. I used to be an angry person. I'm not no more. Like, look at me, like, oh, I'm scared. Y'all think I was mad? Yeah, look at me. You think I'm real good? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, the reason.
Oh, Jeremiah.
What?
Two things, punk. Two things.
Anyway, so another reason. So I was just chilling right in the front room, and then. Bruh, what you want?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, anyway, so I was chilling in the front room, right? I was mad as usual, and this video popped up in my recommendations, and I was like, this random video, right? It was by this guy named Solomonati, and I heard of him like a couple years ago, but I didn't know nothing about him. I just knew of his name. So, and then the title said XXXTentacion was right, and I was an X fan at the time, so I clicked on the video. And I was not allowed to go outside. I couldn't go outside that day, so that's why I was indoors and stuff. So I was already mad. So I clicked on the video I was really bored, so I clicked on the video. And y'all recommended to me, so I clicked on the video. And Spiritual Roast, what was his name? Solomonati Roast, now known as Spiritual Soul. He was talking about all this, like the frequency vibrations, 440, 440, 444, 440, 432 hertz and all that. And I'm very intrigued. I didn't know nothing about that, right? I'm getting to the point, y'all been wondering, what does this have to do with you being vegan or vegetarian? Getting there. So after watching that video, I was like, alright, I like this dude's content. What he talks about is really interesting. So I watched some of his other videos, and he's talking about being a vegetarian and basically about bettering your life, and then better yourself as a person, cleaning out your soul and stuff. So that day I was like, you know what? That day changed my life forever. Solomon, he changed my life forever, bro. I was on a bad, dark path, bro. He came in and saved my life. I'm not from the cat, so it wasn't that day specifically that I became a vegetarian, but that's when he caught my attention. So next day at school, right? I think it was the next day. Yeah, next day at school, I'm going there preaching about spiritualness and frequencies and stuff. Everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, boy, you don't know what you're talking about. My homie Greg, he was like, he knew who he was. So and plus me and him, we think, me and Greg, he already knows about this spiritual stuff, so he wasn't looking at me like I was crazy. Everybody else was. So this happened, and just before June, actually. So June. So I'm watching all of his videos to the point where it was the only dude I was watching. So it comes the last week of school, right? And at this school I used to go to all the way back in Naperville, the school itself, it was actually pretty cool. I'm not oh my bad. I just got loud notifications. Let me turn that down. My bad. I just got a very loud notification. I'm wearing earbuds with the volume all the way turned up. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So at school, for the last 2 weeks of school, before you go into summer vacation, we don't do any work. We just do all types of activities. Actually, we do something, but it's mainly about having fun, cleaning up the school, the classrooms, and doing extra activities. So this is the last week of school. A couple of days before school is going to go out for summer, for next year. And I'm in 7th grade by this point. I'm in 7th. I forgot to mention that. I'm in 7th grade. Alright, 7th grade. And this is all last year. So I'm in 7th grade, and we had this thing where we, like, it's not a marathon, nothing, but like we just run, like, we do a bunch of, like, we just run a whole bunch of miles for fun. You can race, but it's not ideal to, it's not like a gym class type thing, like a physical, run a couple of miles. You have to run a mile in this amount of time. Like, nah, we were just having fun. Like, you could walk, you could jog, you could run. But everybody was like, just run, man. Because, like, they want us to just run. Like, that's what they want. They want us to just have fun. So everyone's running around playing tag, throwing stuff at each other, stuff like that. And bro, I just kept getting urged. I'm like, oh man, I want to get a hot dog, bro. Because, like, because this what they do is they cook a hot dog and the smell goes throughout all through the school. And I'm like, my mouth, sorry, you know how when you want a food, your mouth can like taste it, or like it's all these chewies, like you can just like taste the food in your mouth, like you can feel it in your mouth. No homo. They were gonna cut that out anyway. So I was like, I asked my teacher, hey, is there gonna be a hot dog? So she was like, yeah. And I was like, you know what? So we're in the cafeteria, right? I'm like, this is my last day before I turn completely vegetarian. I'm like, might as well go out with the bang, right? So that day was so lit. So I got 2 hot dogs and a bunch of tater tots. And I was in the cafeteria, I was eating, and then I realized while I was mid through eating it, I was just like, this was a pretty bad deal. Like, it wasn't even all that I was hyping it up to be. Like, I really kind of just wasted a day of being a vegetarian. Like, wow, like, mind this point, I wasn't full on vegetarian just yet. But I was just like, but the day was very fun and lit. So while we was in there eating food and a bunch of stuff, they was playing Polo G, and like, bro, I didn't even know who the man was. So it was actually really lit. The last day before I became a vegetarian, the teachers was letting us blast any music we wanted to play, as long as it censored out the cursing. They was letting us play whatever we wanted. So I guess last day in me, it was pretty lit. I'm not gonna cap. So 12/12. So that's the story of how I became a vegetarian twice, and ever since then I've been a vegetarian. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna end this video here with a story. This is gonna be a story time video. I'm about to upload another video on being a vegetarian update. So I'm out. Y'all peace. All right, I'm finna premiere that video. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. 7:09. I'm finna premiere my vegan vegetarian update at 7:30 Central Time. So anyway, I'm out, guys. Peace. NGSoldier here. Famous by 14. We're gonna hit 1 million someday. I know we haven't hit 10 plus subscribers. We haven't even hit 10K or 1K. But that's not my fault. We're gonna hit 1 million. Alright, I'm gonna change the world. Alright, you can do anything. Remember, guys, you can do anything you put your mind to. Alright, don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Alright, be anything you want. Stay positive and out. Peace.